I hope the sun is shining wherever you are and you are living in your greatest purpose. Thank you for your likes, comments, shares, and subscribes. Thank you to all who continue to join the lives, all the channel members, new subscribers, um, those who continue to donate to the channel, those who continue to book personal readings. I know, at this moment, the current economic state is not, the economic situation, I should say, is not, what a lot of us would like it to be. And yet many of you still, you book personal readings. Um, Anyone who's bought items from the channel, thank you. Thank you for always, coming on here, supporting the channel. With that being said, I believe we are, it's either this is the last day of September. So if you haven't taken advantage of that 1 or 2 questions I have available, the special for September, it's still available. There, you can get either 1 or 2 questions answered through a reading. This is something that I didn't do before that I'm doing now. So make sure that you take advantage of it, because I'm not sure how long it's going to be available for, because I typically do full session readings. So good to see y'all. Take a deep breath. How are y'all doing? I hope all is well. You are living in your greatest purpose. I truly hope the sun is shining wherever you are. And you're living in your greatest purpose. All right. So I came on here because, you may see, actually, let me make sure I share this. All right, y'all. I am back. I'm going to be discussing, there's some aspect of relationships that's in this live, okay? And I was inspired to talk about this. Oh, who knows? There's always, a variety of different things that inspire me to, bring up these conversations. And specifically, this is about your energy. Your energy, what it means for you, and what it means for the people that you interact with. Okay? First and foremost, you get to know that you have a purpose. Okay? You have a purpose, you have a mission. Your soul came here for a very specific reason. You have work to do. There are things that you get to do. And there are times that you will notice that it's like your soul is about business. Okay? Your energy is about business. And what do I mean by that? Like, your soul is about business, your energy is about business. Like, some days it's kind of like you could be, okay, I'm here. I know what I'm supposed to do. You could be more in a reflective, type of mode. And there are days where you could feel like, okay, I'm about business. This is time to handle my business. Whatever it is that I'm supposed to be doing. It's like your soul is telling you to wake that ass up. Excuse the French, if there are any children watching this, right? It's your soul essentially telling you, hey, get in alignment, do what it is that you're supposed to be doing. When you are in this kind of energy, honor that. Okay? When you are in that kind of energy, honor that energy. Honor it and know that it comes from somewhere. Okay? Know that there is a place, there is a depth to this feeling. And it's not just a feeling, it's an energy that you're in. All right? And, in our culture, many of you may know that I'm from Haiti. We talk about this a lot because Haitians are very spiritual people. And We'll say something like, okay, like there's an expression where people will say, okay, like I'm not, what is it that they say? Upasução, okay? The expression is upasução, da 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 da. And it's like it's a saying that many of us know what it means because we come from that culture. The culture that we come from, it's one where spirituality is essentially the basis of everything that we do. Many may not know this. Our spiritual practice, who we are as spirit beings, it is the basis for everything that we do. It's almost like an unspoken language in Haitian culture, okay? From my country, Haiti. So there are days where, the expression is, some little basu song, right? People will say, it's like they're saying, you're not quite who we see today. That's what that means. That person that we typically are used to seeing, that energy that we think we know who you are, that there's another aspect coming through. That's what that means. Okay. So just know this and listen. For some of you, you may be like, oh, where is this going? Just pay attention and listen and you will know. And many of you feel this. There are days where you wake up and it essentially feels like that spirit being that is in you has literally taken over the physical body. There are days when you wake up feeling this. It for some of you it may feel like a high, like you're like, oh well, I haven't had alcohol. Why, I haven't taken, drugas or any thing like that. That's you could be like, okay, where's this coming from? Essentially, what this means is that the spirit being that is in you is putting some sort of like, it's almost like an agenda. It's putting some sort of like initiative for you to get on your stuff. Okay. That spirit being that lives in you, it almost seems like it overshadows or overtakes that physical body. And you're in a position where it's like, listen, like as Aishans would say, mbasu some, okay, or people will say, mba mun, okay. It's like they're saying, I'm not human today, okay. Like you will hear people say this in our culture, like it's a saying, I'm not human today. And if you are someone who is in interaction with that person, you will literally see, okay? If you have the eyes to see, you will literally see that you're not dealing with the human aspect of that person. You're dealing with the spirit being that lives within that person. Now, you have to have the eyes to be able to see this, okay? You have to have the eyes to be able to see this. And so what does this mean when you are in this kind of energy? A lot of times what you'll notice is that the people whose purpose are in alignment with yours, it almost seems like there will be like some sort of like synchronicity, okay, alignment, where the person will understand, okay, I see who I'm dealing with today. I see, this is the energy I'm dealing with today. Okay, let me make sure I align myself accordingly. And specifically this energy, what does it mean when you're dealing with your enemies? This is actually what inspired this message. Okay. You will notice that those people who are not in alignment with your purpose, who are not in alignment with your soul's purpose, you'll notice because that spirit being that lives in you has like literally made itself known. Okay. Those who are in alignment with your purpose, those who are not in alignment with your purpose, they will see it too. Okay. So oftentimes we wonder why it is that, people don't like us. Okay. You may wonder, okay, why is it that, these people don't like you, or they have an issue with you? Like this is in some cases, These are people like you just met. Okay? And sometimes it's the other way around too. Okay? Now, if you are spiritually evolved, you may not necessarily treat that person the way they treat you. What you not but and what you will notice is that it's like your soul will automatically get this feeling like, you know what? This person, mm-mm, this person, there's something about them. I'm not quite sure what it is. I know that I'm not supposed to get that close. All right. Now, if you're someone who's spiritually, like, evolved, you've done some work, you know this, yet that doesn't necessarily mean that you will treat them in any kind of disrespectful way. Okay. Now, those who are in opposition to your soul, I really hope some of y'all are like understanding what is being said. Okay, so if this message for you, you will understand. Now, your enemies, because we do know that you do have enemies, okay? Whether this is intentional or unintentional, many of you don't make people your enemies, all right? They make themselves your enemies, and your enemies oftentimes make themselves known. And a lot of times when they make themselves known is when you are in your highest vibrational energy, like when that spirit that lives in you, that is literally on your stuff, and it's got, it's doing what it's supposed to be doing, it's in alignment. A lot of times what you'll notice is that those enemies will make themselves known, or you'll see them a lot more, and there will be like some sort of like clash, if that makes any sense. All right. And it shows itself in many different ways. This is partly because your soul's purpose and there's a clash. Their soul's purpose a lot of times, all right, and I think this is the case for whoever it is sometimes that make themselves your enemies. Their soul's purpose, for whatever reason, it clashes with whatever it is that you're supposed to be doing. Okay? It's almost like that person or those people were sent to keep you from fulfilling to keep you from fulfilling your purpose. A lot of times these folks feel like you are a threat to whatever it is that they're supposed to be doing or not do. Okay? So some of you who've been wondering, okay, why is it that this person, why is it that they don't like me? I haven't said anything to this person, or, I don't even look at them. I don't even say anything to them. Why is it that they feel the need to treat me in such a way? Okay. Just know that it is not, okay. So the soul explanation is one of them. Just know that it's not your business to even try to find out why they don't like you. Okay. Because whatever reason they don't like you or they project their stuff on you, it has everything to do with them. Okay. It has everything to do with them, their soul contract, whatever contract that they have, their soul has, to come here on this planet to do whatever it is that they're supposed to be doing. That is an explanation for that. This person feels, for whatever reason, that you are a threat to them accomplishing their mission, and vice versa as well. Okay? Because some of you are here to accomplish some great things. Like literally, you are revolutionizing things. You are awakening people. You are awakening souls. Okay? With your awakening, you also are awakening others, and there are people, entities, and I don't even call them human a lot of times. There are entities who feel that you are a great threat to, the mission that they have, which is to keep people asleep, which is to do whatever it is that they're meant to do, which is to keep people at a low vibrational energy, because they're living with these huge egos and think that, it should be a certain group of people that are ruling, right? And not others. They definitely are not wanting light to even exist on this planet. Okay? They don't want any light. They don't want any light being. They'd rather live in darkness. They'd rather go back to a time when everyone was living in ignorance, because This is when they were having a grand old time. They were having a party. Okay, they were just like, woo, just high off of, their foolishness. They were living on the high of their off of their foolishness, because guess what? You were asleep. You were in deep sleep. For a lot of folks, it's like their party's over. The party that, that they've been at for quite some time, for quite a century, they've been partying. Speaking of parties, the parties that y'all hear about happening in Hollywood, okay? They've been partying for quite some time. And the parties that they've been, living off of has to do with, your soul not even being awakened to what was happening. Like, many of you didn't even know how to fight. It's almost like you were walking and you didn't even know where you were going. You didn't know where you were going. So for a lot of those folks, their party is done. Okay, their party is over. They are highly upset. All right, they're not just upset, they're livid. All right, and when they see you, they see, what you represent. They see that, when they look at you, just know that, like, when two people meet, okay, when two people meet, like, your souls also interact with one another. Your souls interact with one another. And I feel like for me, I feel like your souls actually interact first before you interact with that physical person. It's like the soul comes out and it leaps. If this makes sense, this is a visual that I'm getting. It's almost like the soul leaps out, and it does kind of like, it detects what the environment is like. Okay, and it's like, if it's almost like you have this, metal detector, within. Like, your soul is kind of like a metal detector. Stay with me here. It goes out looking, for like low vibrational or high vibrational energy, and when it detects it, it acts accordingly. All right, your souls meet before your physical body meets. So when you are interacting with someone whose soul contract is in direct opposition to your purpose, it's not by coincidence that the person that you're interacting with will either interact with you on a level where it is clear that they're in alignment with you, or they're not in alignment with you. So for some of you who may be wondering, why is it that, like, I just met this person and they don't like me, da 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 da, like, your soul's already sort of like, it's almost like they already met. Okay, they already met each other. They were already clear that, listen, there's something that we're supposed to be doing together. Or, oh, you're that person that's supposed to, interject. You're that person, or you're that soul that's supposed to, that's gonna try to stop me from doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Okay, and that that exists. That war that people are talking about, that's happening on a spiritual level, I truly believe that that has something to do with it. Like, you have souls whose purpose is here to try to stop the chosen, to try to stop those who are meant to help this planet elevate. Okay, you have souls who are here to basically put an end to that. Okay, and as we speak, I just received a download about the movie Terminator. Okay, there's a reference to that where Arnold Schwarzenegger, who is, who is the Terminator, he comes back. Okay, he's a soul. He's a soul that's come back. Okay, see, movies tell you a lot. Movies really reveal a lot. Terminator, the first one, he's a soul who's come back. And his sole purpose is to exterminate this being that is supposed to help humans elevate. Okay? And his purpose is to bring the artificial. Oh man, this is very significant. His purpose is to bring the artificial back to earth and try to stop humanity from evolving. Oh, somebody got to watch that movie. This is a message for somebody, okay? You are someone who's here to help humanity evolve on its highest level, to the highest dimension. And there are people, okay, like the Terminator, the movie, for some of you get to watch that have been sent here. There are souls that's been sent here who are literally tracking you down to stop whatever it is that you're doing. And so when you meet someone and you're wondering, wait, I just met you. What are you doing? What are you, why you like that? Okay, first and foremost, for those of you who are like that, just know that not everyone is supposed to like you, not everyone is supposed to be your friend, but they should respect you. And where the respect ends, that's when you're like, okay, this person is really on their ish. Okay, they're on their ish. They're very clear that they're not here for you, that they're here to interject and intercept whatever mission that you have. Oguo, c'est ou même qui mène ici, prends qu'à moi. Oguo, c'est ou même qui mène ici, prends qu'à moi. Prends qu'à oguo. Prends qu'à ferayo. C'est ou même qui mène ici, prends qu'à moi. In Haitian Vodou, Ogu is your protector. Call on Ogu. Call on your protector. Okay? Because there are some folks here that are on their stuff. All right? And especially when you have those people who are very much aware of using the spiritual to manipulate the elements to do whatever it is that they're supposed to be doing. And honestly, y'all, I'm going to tell y'all the truth. This word that you see on the physical, it's happening on the spiritual first and foremost. Okay? It has a deeper depth than what you just see. So it's almost like, what is the way for you to keep a tree from growing? It's not by cutting off its branches. It's by removing its roots. And you have folks here literally out there with their machetes ready to cut off your roots, ready to cut off the very thing that makes you who you are. And that's what a lot of these folks are doing. That's why they don't want you to know your culture. That's why they don't want you to know where you come from. Because that is your roots. That is your roots. They're not attacking from the branches. They know that the branch can regrow. They're getting to the roots. So call on Ogu, your protectors. Because these folks out here ain't playing. Okay? And you shouldn't be either. Okay? You shouldn't be either. So I hope this message resonated. For some of y'all, this will make sense. For some of y'all, this is just, what she talking about? If this message is for you, then it is for you. Then I hope you received it. And you are using your spiritual knowledge to assure that you stay protected, so that way the mission and purpose that you have, you accomplish it. Because best believe this, the challenges that are happening on a spiritual level first and foremost. And so stay rooted in your spirituality, okay? And just remember, it is not your job to try to figure out why, people don't like you. They don't mesh with you. Okay? I feel like those are distractions at best. Okay? Those are distractions at best. And there are people that know that some people who are foolish enough to stop at the why does this person doesn't like me, okay? They know that there are some people that will stop there. Like, they will literally spend countless hours and just unnecessary energy focus on why an individual doesn't like them. Those are distractions at best to keep you from fulfilling your divine purpose. Those who are here to assist you in your walk, you're going to see it. You're going to feel it. It's going to be an immediate like attraction. Now with that, okay? With that, not every attraction you have to someone, this is especially the case in male female relationships, okay? This is for someone. Not every relationship is meant to be a romantic one. This is specifically for those male female relationships where you have a soul contract with each other. There's something that you're meant to do with each other, okay? And I'm not talking about doing the do, okay? You can have a soul contract with someone of the opposite sex that's not necessarily romantic. Be aware of that. You have people who come into your space and you are meant to fulfill a greater purpose. Like that person is meant to help you to be on the road, on your path, and perhaps they're meant to elevate you to a certain level of your path and not necessarily take you completely to your destination. Okay? So not every relationship is meant to be romantic. Like not those soul contracts, you know, that we have, especially speaking about the ones with the opposite sex. Some of these folks are meant to help us fulfill a specific purpose, and it is essential that we ask our spirit guides. And this is something that I've learned from, you know, those who have taught me, and I am, you know, I have great gratitude for having learned this from, you know, my spiritual teachers, my spirit guides, that not every relationship, okay, with the opposite sex is meant to be romantic. Okay, y'all out here, you know, meeting each other and you're like, oh, I feel a vibe. I feel a vibe with this person. And it's like automatically you think that you're supposed to be in bed with this person. You're supposed to be, you know, consummating some kind of, no, not every relationship with the opposite sex is meant to be that way. Some of y'all are just meant to accomplish some purpose. Perhaps there's some aspect of your healing that this person is here to help you to fulfill. Perhaps there's some aspect having to do with, you know, who knows? Okay. I definitely think that part of it has to do with healing. Some of it possibly have to do with maybe they're meant to help you or carry you to a certain point in your path. Like perhaps the relationship is meant to be protective. Okay. Perhaps it's meant to be healing. Perhaps I think all of them to some aspect really has something to do with, okay, I think at least, the least, I think those relationships, there's something that this person is meant to teach you. That's the least of it. Okay. For some of you, you have met people of the opposite sex that are meant to be your partner. Okay. Your soul, you know, person, that you are meant to, like, you know, carry out your purpose with for a very, you know, lengthy period of time. All right. So it is our task to ask our spirit guides when we meet someone that we feel a certain vibe with, we're vibing, we're connecting with this person, that we ask, we stop and we breathe and we ask, what is my purpose with this person? I feel this energy towards this person. Okay. Spirit guides, ancestors, I don't know what, you know, like this is you. Okay. This is what you ought to do when you meet someone that you like. I feel like there's a vibe. I feel like, you know, there's something that we're supposed to be doing together. I'm not sure quite what it is. Now, a lot of women, you know, because we tend to be like a lot more like sentimental, we tend to think that, hey, this is this is my man. This is the one. I've met them. Oh yeah. You know, I feel the vibe. How many times have you felt that vibe? You felt it quite a number of times. Okay? It's not everyone that you're supposed to allow in your space and specifically consummating a relationship with. Because these folks out here, they have energies that don't necessarily mesh with yours, that will take you backwards instead of forward. Okay? And I'm talking about, consummating these relationships. Sometimes that's what ends up happening. The man, on the part of the man, as men, this is for you too, okay? Not this is for you too. This is for all of us, okay? Men, you are not supposed to be out here spreading your seeds with everyone. You are literally depleting yourself of your energy, your force, okay, by consummating all these relationships, because society has taught you, that's what you're supposed to be doing. Oh, she fine. Oh, this one could be the mother of my children. Oh, this is, da 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 da. Not every woman out there is you supposed to be consummating, you supposed to be intimate with. All right, so this is for all of us, men and women. So, masculines, ask your spirit guides, like when you meet them, you feel that vibe. Yeah, she looks good. Yeah, she's got the body, da 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 da. But ask your spirit guide, not but, and ask your spirit guides. Okay, why this person? Why has this person come into my space? Why do I feel this energy towards them? What is it am I supposed to do? Okay. And I know in theory it's actually a lot easier said than done. Okay, especially because a lot of times it's like you give way to the lower nature of you instead of paying attention to the higher nature of who you are. And so it's like the more you're able to meet someone and hold yourself intact, hold your energy intact, then you start elevating. Okay, the more you're able to meet someone and like really have a perspective and not, give way to the physical urges as it relates to this person, that's where you see the spiritual growth happen. All right, so yeah, there's supposed to be a some sort of purpose, some sort of like mission that you are meant to accomplish with this person. And the mission is not always, oh, let me conquer this one. Oh, she got a nice body. Oh, da 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 da. Or this person looks like what is the saying that they say? Oh, she looks like a trophy wife. She looked like a trophy wife. Let me get that. Or, the women would say, he looks like he's a provider. Let me get that. Ladies, okay, divine feminine, just also know that it's not everyone's money that will serve your highest good. In fact, be careful who you take money from. Money is energy. Okay, and you have these masculine out here thinking that, okay, if they give you something, then you owe them. They literally want to buy your soul. How much is your soul worth? Okay, a new Benz, a new bag. Wait, what is it in Hollywood now that they're talking about? Oh, she got a Birkin bag. How much did that cost you? How much did that cost your soul? Okay, ladies, it's not every man out here you supposed to be getting their money. Okay, contrary to what people will let you know, money is energy, it's currency. And some people, when they give you that, they expect, okay, a lot more than some of you are willing to give in return. And trust and believe, there are folks out here doing all sorts of magic and spiritual work, and they will hand you money that they have tampered with spiritually, and you taking it essentially means that they have bought your soul. They have bought you. Okay, don't let nobody buy you spiritually, buy you physically, or any sense of that term. Okay, so the conversation went a lot. It went in different directions. Essentially, it's important that we stay in tune to our soul's mission, our soul's contract, regardless of the type of relationship, whether it's romantic or what have you. Just know that not everyone is supposed to be in your energy at this time, especially right now. It's a time to, consecrate your energy and fill your cup. Okay, fill your cup spiritually, So that way you could deal with a lot of that stuff that's happening out there. And it's really like it's some serious it's some serious spiritual warfare out there, y'all. Okay. Get your armor ready. Get your armor ready. Okay. Make sure that you are strong spiritually. And really, whoever doesn't like you, let them figure that out. Let them figure that out. Don't concern yourself with who doesn't like you. Okay? Who doesn't like your energy, who doesn't like your look, okay? Haters. All right, y'all. That is the energy showing up for you. I hope this message resonated. And I really hope that you received, some spiritual food here. Make sure you thumbs up the video. And also, I did mention that we have a special, okay, the end of September special. 1 or 2 questions available, so feel free to contact us or contact us at messagesfromthewaters@gmail.com, or you can book directly through Calendly. All information is in the description box. Thank you so much for joining the live. I really hope that you receive spiritual food from here. Hey Denise's, hey Scorpio Chiffon in the house members. Shout out to my members. If you are considering becoming a member, make sure you click that join button. Much peace. Hey Frankie, Cartez, I think I said hi already. All right, y'all. Much peace and divine love. Peace.